podcast is intended for mature audiences. The views and opinions expressed are those of the panelists and do not reflect in any way those of the podcast partners, sponsors, or affiliates. Enjoy.
BoxingVoice.com. All the guys want, I want what Mayweather got. I want what Mayweather got. You done brush your ass like Mayweather. I was trying to fight every fight. I sacrificed a lot.
Dazn Productions.
To get to where I got to.
What do you bring to the table?
Let's get this on. Let's do it. Well, it's like this. Wait.
All right, that's it. Hold on. Bernard, everybody calm down.
Man, you know how these bitches is in the sport. Total disrespect. Kid has no class, no style at all. I sacrificed a lot.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It's another immediate reaction show, and we just got done watching Daniel Dubois. Congratulations to Dubois on his knockout, his 11th win, and red hot prospect on the way up. But there are some questions. He suffered some adversity. He took some shots. And the knockout, is it in question? Do you consider it suspect? Should he pump the brakes on fighting Joyce immediately? That's what we're going to be discussing right here, as well as the immediate reaction to the actual fight. If you're interested, then you know the number to call in, 1-425-569-5241. Press 1 time to voice your opinion right here on the Voice of the People hotline. And don't forget, you can add Nestor Gibbs on Skype to be part of the conversation. Let's jump on out to my main man in Indiana.
Dazn Productions.
BoxingVoice.com.
So when I stop him, y'all gonna say he was too weak on my mic. He stayed at 147 when I stopped.
A man stand up for what he believe in, and when you stand up for what you believe in, you accept whatever consequences come behind it. BoxingVoice.com.
Yo, what's up, people out there in the TVV universe? Yeah, we're back with another one. Daniel Dubois took on, I can't say his last name for seven. I know start with R.
Richard
the
Larity.
African,
Richard Larity or Larty?
Yeah. No. Yeah, Larty.
Yeah, it's Larty.
Larty. Yeah, took on the African heavyweight champ. The
I
guy
thought he was from Ghana. Isn't he from Ghana? Is that Africa? My bad.
Yeah, it's Africa too. Yes.
Yep. Yeah,
Ghana's in Africa.
you went to Purdue, man.
But yeah, man, he came in, man, ready to fight, ready to throw some leather. Those guys really went at it. And I was not a fan of the stoppage. I did think he was up in time and looked like he was still there for the most part. So I don't agree with the ref, but we'll break it down, and we'll break down Daniel Dubois' performance. Should he be calling out that Joyce fight, or should he just be pumping at the brakes a little bit?
Well, I mean, from the looks of our chat, he's getting a lot of, I guess they're coming to his defense. They're saying he's only 21. He's 21, by the way. He would beat any other heavyweight when they were 21 if they faced Dubois at 21. And that's all cute. But we didn't know this Larty when he was 21. And he wasn't 21. And he landed more than 21 shots. And he hurt Dubois. He could have put Dubois out. Dubois turned around. Again, refereeing in this fight was atrocious. Dubois gets hit with a right hand, turns his back. No knockdown is called. This man gets knocked down, gets up before the 10 count, before the 9 count. And I haven't gone back to see the replay enough times to know if he got up before the 8 count. But he still got the fight waved off. So, I don't know, man. Little bit suspect. But
I think we're a little bit too hard on Dan. Well, you are a little bit too hard on Daniel Dubois. I think he came out there trying to get a big knockout, trying to exchange with this guy, and they kind of led him down the wrong path. I think because he'd be getting like these first round, second round knockouts his last couple of fights, he kind of fell in love with it, and I just think that maybe you're being a little bit too hard on him. And my guy Richard's name, or no, it was Yeah, Richard Lardy. He came to fight, man. With his dyed beard and everything. He came in, he was in there throwing punches and ready to fight, but it looked like Daniel Dubois was wearing him down, and I think would have ultimately finished him. I think the ref was a little bit too early with the stoppage, but I do think Daniel Dubois did do some better things in that. I believe it was round 4 that he got him out of right? 5.
A little bit too early, you think?
Yeah. It was a little bit too early, man. I could see maybe the ref trying to be overly protective, saying, "Hey, man, it's not going to end pretty for you. I'm trying to save you for a beating." But like you said, the guy got up like around 7, 8, was on his feet. The ref didn't even say.
And he hurt Dubois the round before, and that's really why I got the biggest issue with it, because it's like the referee should have gave him a chance. I know he's not a champion, but neither is Dubois, so you give both guys a chance because they're in a competitive fight. And I'm not saying that Richard Lardy was super competitive, but again, the round before, he definitely shook up Dubois. And look, I just want to get to the point. Should he pump the brakes? Should Dubois be next? I'm going to say Dubois should not fight Joe Joyce next. But I'm also going to say, based off the post-fight interview, they're both waving or swerving each other. It sounds like Joe Joyce is getting a tune-up under the Frank Warren banner, and then another fight later in the year, and then they'll look at options, Dubois being one of them. And Dubois saying all the political answers as well, but no one really seeming like they want this fight next the way the BBFC have mandated. Now, you made it clear to me that they've mandated things before that doesn't come to fruition. So I guess it's a good thing if you're Frank Warren. You don't have to rush Dubois in there with Joe Joyce, who, let's be real, in the post-fight interview came off as a bully. He looks like a grown-ass man. He invaded the post-fight interview of Dubois, and then he's like, oh, what'd he say about me? What'd he say about me? Not with that energy, Mike, but at the same time, I mean, Dubois is a kid. He's 21, but he looks innocent in that post-fight, whereas, fucking Joe Joyce comes over there with his draggy leg and his big beard looking old as fuck, like, hey, what do you say about me? And it's like, maybe it's a good thing they don't go straight into Joe Joyce, because I don't know, Joe Joyce just shows, I know he looks slow to some, but I don't think that Lardy would have hurt him the way he hurt Dubois.
I don't know. That's tough to say. Lardy came into the fight. He looked a lot more game than Bermain Stavern was against Joe Joyce, in my humble opinion. But I do believe that Daniel Dubois wants that fight with Joe Joyce. I don't think he's shying away from it. But I would like to see Frank Warren match Dubois up with Nathan Gorman before you push him down that Joe Joyce route. Let him beat Gorman. Build his name up a little bit more. Get him on BT Sports. That could be like a headline show over there for you, like a little small show. And then, build that fight up to a Joe Joyce fight. Not just like right into it.
He might need at least one more fight before Gorman, man.
You think so? Nah,
I'm not saying Gorman is a world beater, but Gorman has more than Richard Lardy.
Yeah, Gorman has more than Richard Lardy, but Gorman hasn't been fighting the guys. Well, he has been fighting the guys Daniel Dubois fights, but Dubois is a lot more impressive.
Listen, Gorman has more than Richard Lardy, and he's not going to get a fake 10 count. He's from the UK, so if he goes down, he's going to get up. This was more like, yo, you just hurt him in the last round. Frank gave that wink to the ref like, yo, stop this shit before it gets worse, because the last round was mad competitive. That stoppage was fugazi, man. That shit was bogus.
Absolutely, man. The stoppage was way too soon. I do believe it was too soon, but we've seen it before, like you brought up.
Exactly.
In the
Derek Chisora, fucking Malik Scott, same thing.
Yep. So not the first. It was I think it happened this year too, man. I can't remember, bro. But I know it was over there in the UK because we have these little tirades.
Bro, Jack Reese let motherfucking
not even Jack Reese, because that was over here. But
I'm just saying, Jack Reese let Tyson Fury do sit-ups and didn't wave that motherfucker off. This dude got up, looked right at the ref. He's like, nah, it's over. It's like, yo, man, what happened to
the way he waved it off? He waved it out so slow, like he
and
really
laughing
wave it off.
and laughing. But what happened to step to me?
Exactly.
Go to the right. Go to the left. No, fuck all the signs that we supposed to go through as referees. We just gonna wave this one off.
Hold your
too
hands
soon,
up.
man.
You know what I'm saying?
Too soon.
That kind of shit. Yeah, man.
Stop is too soon. Fighting Joyce too soon.
I don't know, man. I think by the end of this year, the Joyce fight could be the option if they go ahead and match him with Gorman now. I think you give Gorman a fight on that Billy Joe Saunders card coming up, I believe next week or the week after, and you go ahead and match those guys up for that British title. I mean, for that British that British belt. And yeah, man, I just think that I would personally would like to see Joyce and a Dubois by the end of this year. Let them get their promotion going with Joyce on BT Sports and just keep on doing what you've been doing with Daniel Dubois. I'm telling you, that makes up for a big, well, not big, but semi-big UK heavyweight fight.
So I seen someone in the chat say that this guy's legs were gone. Did you see that?
I'm not gonna say his legs were gone, but he was definitely slowing down. Those body shots that Dubois was putting on him.
Well, I'm thinking he's talking about at the time of the knockdown.
Nah. I wouldn't say because he got up. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. He wasn't even asked to move. So how do you know his legs was gone?
Exactly. That is the issue. Now, look, man, the issue outside of him not being asked to move is that Dubois is only 11-0. And because of the landscape of boxing and the heavyweight division, he's being forced to rush. I don't think he needs to at 11-0. He still has plenty of developing to do that could only serve him well, right or wrong.
You're right. I mean, just let him grow, bro. Like, I understand that he wants it, but like, what's the rush? He's 21 years old.
So, outside of Gorman, where would you like to see him go? Because, Gorman's cool, but Gorman's another domestic fight. Like, why do we keep staying domestic until we're at a title shot or something like that?
No. I'm not saying stay domestic, but currently he's the British champion, so currently he still is domestic. So I would like to see him face that British level prospect like all fighters do. Like we seen our guy Fowler face his GB buddy. Forget his guy's name, but he put on a hell of a performance. We seen Chris Eubank and Billy Joe. We seen James Gale and George Groves back in the day. So just let that shit happen. We seen Chamberlain and Okoli. So just let that happen. Let the winner. Then the winner starts progressing. Maybe you call Al and be like, "Hey, is Bermain Stavern still available?" That's a tough, durable guy for me as a name. Might get it.
See, check this out. See, this is what I'm saying about fuck that domestic shit. What's better for Dubois, who's ranked 47? Gorman at 39 or Gerald Washington at 40? Stop it, Mike. Gerald Washington been in the ring with Wilder and Big Baby. Stop it.
Yes, he has, but he hasn't just that been impressive, man.
But that's the point. You get to outdo them. Our minds really automatically link you.
He's damaged goods, man. We seen Kornacki put him down first round.
And what you supposed
Big Baby beat his ass.
What you supposed to give an 11? Michael, he's 11-0. That's what you're supposed to give him. Former champions and guys like that. This is what at 11-0, Gerald Washington is a huge step up, especially when Big Baby fought him with the amount of fights he had on his career, and Deontay fought him with the amount of fights that he had in his career. And Kovnacki had more fights than Daniel Dubois. And guess what? Like you said, he's damaged goods, so it should be easy for Dubois, and he'll get more cachet than Gorman. Gorman's name doesn't reach the U.S. shores. Mm-mm. So there it goes, bro. That's all I'm saying. They got to be more intelligent in marketing these fighters.
It's not necessarily for Gorman. Is not a name for him to reach the U.S. shores. Gorman is a name for him to show the UK public that he's not a fraud, that he can be somebody who's British level, that he can possibly go on to European level,
homie,
to world level.
What are his people going to give him more credit for? Beating Gorman that hasn't beat anybody, or being in the ring with Gerald Washington, who's been in the ring with common opponents?
Why not beat Gorman on the way to Gerald Washington?
But that's what I'm saying. It ain't a rush because technically Like you said, Gerald Washington is done, and he's ranked lower than Gorman. But he'll give you more cachet. You know what? The problem is I know how to promote, and you guys just want the good fight, and I get it. But you don't get the good fight without properly promoting. That's just how it goes.
Want him to fight, so you want him to fight.
If he beats Gerald Washington, who's the A side in the Gorman-Dubois fight?
He's the A side right now.
But does he solidify it with that Washington win?
Bro, it's already solidified. Who's the more highly touted prospect?
I'm just saying, man, how many people going to be doing more writing and talking if this was Washington and not Richard Lardy? Come on, man.
They would be. They would
All
be.
right,
No doubt about it. But at the same time, living fights. Why rush him with a guy who's been in there with the top of the top?
But you ain't rushing him because technically the guy that you say he's rushing to is on the backside of his career. He's already got knocked out by Kovnacki, Big Baby, and Wilder. And he's lower ranked than Gorman. It's actually a lob ball. It's a lob ball for him. You sliding him an easy one.
I don't know, man.
I'm just saying. Hey, listen. What's the public thing, man? What's easier fight for Dubois? Is it easier for Dubois to take on Nathan Gorman or to beat a Gerald Washington? Let me go out to the phone lines. You know the number to call in, 1-425-569-5241. Press 1 time to voice your opinion right here on the Voice of the People hotline.
And if you want to go one step farther, go ahead and smash that thumbs up button. It helps with the visibility of the show. And if you want to see Regis Prograis fight tonight, go ahead and check out our description box and click on that the Dazn link, where the first month will no longer be free, but it will be $19.99 a month. A month for that, or $99 for the whole year. So go ahead and subscribe so you can see Regis, Canelo, and AJ all within the span of about a month and like a week now. Yeah. So yeah, check it out.
It is hard to continue developing new content and covering the sport as thorough as we do without contributions from loyal listeners like you. If you enjoyed listening to the Boxing Voice Radio and find it informative and entertaining, please consider making a donation.
These calls are brought to you by El Camino Electrical Services, experts in electric vehicle charging stations. For consultations and turnkey installation, visit us at elcaminoelectricalservices.com.
Going out on Skype to Tank. Talk to me.
What up, Tank?
Yo, TBV, what's up? Salute, y'all.
What up,
Tank Commander Zulu. All right. Hey, man, the fight tonight. Hey, Dubois, I mean, he's still a young pup. You know, that fight against Lardy, do I think it was stopped a little quick? Maybe. It definitely, the referee is definitely not like Jack Reese, who wants you to be dead probably before he stops the fight, you know. But I can't complain too much about it. I think a good matchup, like you're saying, is going to be what's his name again? Just lost his
Gerald Washington.
The one, Gerald Washington. Yeah, that's a good matchup for him. It'll be a good debut for him to come to the U.S. and do that too. And I think he'll beat Gerald Washington. He's, like you said, he's on the downside of his career. That'll be a good fight for him. Do I want to see him, you know, in anything big right now? No, I think you're right. And let him. You got to groom him, you know. But let him come out of the UK and fight a little bit. He can fight some what we call lower level competition, but it's all grooming. Joshua did the same thing. He fought lower level competition to get to where he was at. But it just took him a long time to leave out of the UK. So, you know, with that, man, I think that the fight tonight with Lardy didn't prove a whole lot. He just tells us that he is a talent in the heavyweight division. How far he will go, I don't know. And putting him with somebody like Chris Arreola, what do you think about that?
I mean,
that's a nice name too. That's a nice name.
For y'all that's even better, and it's probably a 50-50 fight.
What was that?
Charles Martin.
I don't know.
I don't know about Charles.
You seen what Charles Martin did to Kovnacki?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
but
Charles is a left.
You rushing him.
He's a left-handed fighter.
Nah, but that's what I'm saying. You rushing. See, we ain't trying to rush. We trying to make it look. We trying to make it look like he did.
Beat him.
Bruh.
Everybody
And
didn't beat Charles Martin.
Kanaki had a hard time with Charles Martin.
And
He
Kanaki had
easy
more
fight.
fights. He had more fights and experience than Dubois. That's what I'm saying. He rushing Dubois.
So who better right now, Joe Joyce or Charles Martin? Who win that fight?
Who wins
I think
what?
Charles Martin will win it. I think Charles Martin wins it.
Does Charles Martin beat Joe Joyce, you saying?
Yeah.
I say yes.
I got to see that fight. I don't know.
Yeah, exactly. So
I don't
they
know.
talking about matching him up with Joe Joyce. So what's the difference in Charles Martin?
Well, they obviously not. We just heard them both swerve each other at least 3
But they've been
fights.
talking about matching them up with each other. Nest. I mean, they both just said that we have fights in the interim. But I'm thinking if you're Frank Warren, you try to get some kind of big fight going on down the road. Maybe this
I
year
just
later
don't
on,
get. I just don't get why you sign him now. If you ain't
gotta
gonna do the
build
fight
that
for
buzz
3
about him,
fights
though.
later.
You gotta build that buzz about him. You gotta build that buzz with him on BT Sports to make sure everybody knows that he's fighting on the BT platform. And then you throw him in there with a big fight with.
And
Dubois.
what did he offer Joyce other than a pup? Like how does Joyce's name grow off of Dubois? Like I mean I don't know, bro. That was weird. But let me go out to Rod and A70.
Hey, what up, man?
What up,
guys?
Rod?
Yeah, I watched the playback, man. I think he need a little more work, man. I would say because if you look at it, he was a little wild. He was getting caught in the second round. He got pushed back with an overhand in the second round, got stumbled back, and then even in the third round, he got caught with a hook trying to exchange and was hurt. So I think Daniel needed a little more work, and you're right, Ness. I don't see how Dubois helped, Joe Joyce resume. I think he should either go out there, Charles Martin, Gerald Washington. I would say he's damaged goods, like Mike said, but he does have Wilder and some big names, on his resume. He wouldn't be a bad pick. But, if I was him, I would definitely look at somebody like Areola. He's just coming off a win on the Earl Spence undercard. I think that'd be a strong fight for him if he could take on that fight, knock him out, and then you have a coming opponent with Wilder. But fighting this guy, I just don't see it right now. Let him get a couple more fights in, and go for somebody who's coming with Deontay Wilder. Because I can see Joe Joyce fighting for a belt, after 3 or 4 more fights, probably by middle of next year. So that's my call.
Rod, thanks for calling in. Well, Mike, man, what's the next one we're gonna immediate reaction to or live fight chat for the people?
I'm guessing the Regis Progress. I think that card tips off in about 7 minutes. So I think it'll go by rather fast, and I think we should be back by 9:30 for that fight.
So if you haven't done so already, subscribe to the YouTube channel so you get that notification when we go live again or when we upload one of these hot interviews. We got Daniel Alvarez. He was in LA for the Dazn card, and he's back now in Las Vegas for the PBC card. So expect to see, bunch of interviews on theboxingvoice.com/videos or right here at youtube.com/theboxingvoice. I'm your host, Nestor Gibbs. Find me on Instagram and Twitter at NestGTO.
Follow me on IG at Gross1911 or on Twitter at Gross2312. And I want to thank everybody for tuning in. Daniel Dubois, I mean, you're still young. You still got room to grow. You still got a lot of things left in you to evolve and get better at. So don't listen to these people out here that are saying that maybe it was too fast for you or too soon for Joe Joyce. If you feel like you're ready for Joe Joyce and you want that fight later on this year, definitely go afterward, and I'll be here watching, and I'll probably be pulling for you. I'm not a real big fan of Joe Joyce. But yeah, man, on to the next one.
What time is FA?
Oh yeah, it's a good one too. FA, that card starts.
What
at
is that?
10,
What's that? PBC?
Yeah, it starts at 10, and
Oh
he first
my
up.
God, 10 o'clock. Wow.
But he first up though.
10
He's
o'clock.
up first.
That's like 5 hours from now.
Like 2 hours from now, nigga.
Be sleep by then, bro. Y'all crazy.
If your ass eat.
Hashtag TBB for life. Yo, we out. Do say.
Peace.